So this is the question. Are you really manifesting, or are you simply driving yourself insane? So I've gone into manifestation. So as you know, I've done, if you've watched any of my videos, if you haven't, welcome to my videos. I've studied a lot. I've certified myself in everything. I've been doing this work for over 18 years. I've had thousands of clients, done so many workshops, provided so much healing and helping to so many people. And the process, I forgot about myself. However, that's not the point now. I then remembered myself like 5 years ago and started doing the work for me. So around, let's say, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, now I found Neville Goddard. And so I dove deep into it. I was like, wait a minute, it sounds so familiar. It's kind of like Wayne Dyer, who I adore, and Abraham Hicks, who I really do adore also. And I was like, what is this Neville Goddard stuff? This is incredible. Started listening to Neville Goddard, hearing all other YouTubers talking about it, trying to really resonate with it. It just, something within me just said yes to this. Like there was something about this that was just like, that's the truth you've been searching for. You manifest your reality. So as I got into manifesting your reality, I started to remember all the times in which I did manifest my reality, or I have been manifesting my reality constantly all the time. So I was just like, okay, now that I'm thinking about manifesting my reality, I started to get like out of whack. I mean, out of whack. It was like, okay, say these affirmations, start to say it this way, do it this way. And I'm like, oh, but when I manifested the house I wanted, when I manifested the country I wanted, when I manifested everything that I actually wanted until this very day, it was effortless in a sense. It was just like this deep thought, this idea, even the car I wanted, like this idea of the manifestation, it would kind of just happen. And so because I was so in my mind, as we all are most of the time, I, of course, started to notice and recognize how often I talk to myself in such a crap way. Now, of course, it's a lot better than I used to, but I still noticed after you get into manifestation how much you speak to yourself. So in time, I was like, wait a minute, okay? I'm driving myself absolutely insane. This whole manifestation, the rules, the laws, the this, the that, it's driving me insane. I'm constantly like monitoring my thoughts. Oh my God, did I think something I'm about to manifest it? Oh my God, did I do this? Did I do this wrong? It's like a horror movie all the time. All the time. It's like, that's all I was going through. And I was like, this doesn't even feel good. Like what I know for sure is if something doesn't feel good in the body and it puts me in a state of emergency, in a state of neediness, and a state of worry and panic and fear, then it's something no one should do, because the body is just screaming out like, I can't live like this anymore. Your thoughts are freaking killing me. Oh, I'm like, okay, this isn't working the way it is. And now that I'm really focused on manifesting stuff, nothing's being manifested. Absolutely nothing is being manifested. Nothing was being manifested at all. So I'm like, wait a minute, there's something off here. There's something here that isn't making sense. And it's the way that it's being presented by all other manifestors. There are some that are great out there. I'm not saying anything. But what I would like to share with you is that in manifesting one's reality, it's supposed to feel light inside. It's supposed to feel like non-attached to it. And I started to remember, okay, when I manifested, it's a huge story, but when I manifested coming back home to Canada, when I was living in Egypt, I wanted it for 7 years and I couldn't leave because my husband at the time, who's an ex now, didn't want to leave. And I was so attached to it and I was so desiring it. And at some point I'm like, you know what? What if I just accept where I'm at? What if I can just be okay with this and know that when my kids are 18, and they were like 4 and 6 at the time, when they're 18, then I can finally leave, and I'll even leave him and leave I'll just go back home. In the meantime, I'll just travel in summers as often as I can outside of Egypt. When I gave it up completely, like I gave up this attachment, this desire, this need for it, and accepted my life as it is and started to look for in my current life, I started to look for the things that make me feel good. So before it was all yuck. And then I started to look for the things that make me feel good. So I'd be like, okay, I have my family with me. Bonus. I have a beautiful apartment that I'm living in. Bonus. Oh, my apartment looks over the Nile. Wow. I have a few friends that I adore here. Great. I have a ton of clients. Great. Of course, there was other stuff that were terrible that I was not looking at. So I just ignored it and I said, I'm going to make peace with all that. I'm just going to make peace with all that. But this was all unconscious. I was just so tired of fighting against where I was living, dreaming of a life that I wanted, and I wanted to go back to fighting with my ex, trying to convince everyone to talk him into traveling or leaving. And it was so exhausting. Plus, I had given birth to 2 kids, so my body was just exhausted. I was just hormonal, perimenopausal, and just give birth to 2 kids. It was just mayhem. So then I was adding on myself more stress by hating where I'm at, attaching so deeply to that dream. And then when I let go of the dream, not that I let it go forever, but I kind of just said, not now, maybe later. And I was like, okay, for now, it just seems like I have to be here, and I am here, and there's nothing for me to do. I just have to be here. And for me to start to see the things in which I can start to accept within 3 months, no kidding, my husband out of the blue came and said, yes, we're going to go. You know, he saw me. I would also cry a lot. It doesn't mean you stop crying. Like when you accept, it doesn't mean you stop feeling your feelings. You can still cry and feel sad over your life and over the things that are making you sad. However, you're kind of accepting the way that your life looks. You're accepting certain things. You don't accept a narcissist. You accept the way in which your life looks like. You can still feel sad. That's the little twist here. It's like you can feel sad about it. You can feel sad and distressed and cry. I was crying. I mean, my tears were coming from my nose, like crying for the hormones I was going through, the confusion I was in, the pain. But there was a part of me that was very much at peace with like, okay, how can I make the best of where I'm at? And within 3 months, his papers, because I'm Canadian and my kids are Canadian, his papers got accepted. Boom, we were in Canada. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. But in the meantime, I was just daydreaming and searching the net every once in a while, like, ooh, what would be a beautiful home in Canada once my kids are 18 and they take them to university there. Ooh, that would be a nice place to live. This would be a nice, I was just daydreaming with myself, but no attachment. There wasn't, it has to happen by this time. And everything fell into place. I even got the home that I desired even better. I didn't even know this home existed. Like it's even better than I thought was possible or what I wanted. Came here, had a beautiful time. That's when I got divorced finally. So that added to the beauty of it. But in general, so it's just like, so this was way before I even got into Neville Goddard. Okay. I didn't have any of this information in my system. And I manifested so many things that way by just accepting the state that my life was in, feeling whatever I had to feel and still crying, but no more like attaching to an outcome so badly. So manifestation can drive you crazy when your whole life depends, your happiness depends on that thing, whether it happens or not. This is what I'm trying to head to. Your life depends on it. And this is what was driving me crazy the last year and a half. I got consumed and obsessed by all this information. And don't forget, the more your brain has information, the less intuitive you are, because now you're using your logic a lot. And all your limiting beliefs are showing up and they're saying, oh, they're doing all this junk, this gunk to you. So for manifestation, okay, it will drive you crazy if you're trying to do it mentally. Okay. So the trick is you come to a state of completely accepting the way your life looks like. You're like, fine, this is just how it looks like. It's just the way it is. Can I make the best out of this? Can I just make the best out of this? The second trick is manifestation, for me personally, through all the teachings that I've heard and understood and through my own personal journey, manifestation basically equals faith and trust, right? And I've come to notice that having faith and trust is so hard to do. It's not easy to go into faith and trust. I've been working on self-trust for most of my life, I think, and now I'm so much better. I trust my intuition. I trust life. I trust source. But there's a part of me that still is like, oh, am I supposed to? Should I? All the shoulds and musts and have tos. And then I'm like, no, just trust divinity. So the biggest thing to believe in is, the second most important thing is to start to tackle the trust within you. Can I trust myself? Can I trust that it's all going to be okay? And you're going to notice this is where the biggest battle comes in, trusting oneself. That's like the hardest thing to go through. The hardest thing to go through is self-trust, is to trust, like, can I trust that God is taking care of me? The universe, source, divinity? Can I trust that what I imagine as a life that I desire, that it can be fulfilled and 10 times better? Can I trust that I'm taken care of? So this is one of the most important things. It's trusting that it's all taken care of. Remember when I was getting divorced, there was this calm peace inside. Like I knew without a doubt that I had to get divorced, that I knew without a doubt that it's going to be smoothly, that I knew without a doubt that source is taking care of me. Like there was this, I didn't work on it. It was a knowing, it was a peace. And with that peace, it was a trust that it's just going to be done in the best way possible for me and everyone involved. And it did happen exactly that way. It just, everything was working out. Everything was falling into place. But it was a deep knowing and trust. Now you're going to notice that when you're consciously trying to manifest something, this deep knowing and trust starts to waver, starts to panic. Like, wait, are you saying it right? Are you doing it right? Did you visualize enough? Did you not visualize enough? Are you able to let it go? Have you let it go? You didn't let it go. Wait, do it one more time. No, say it one more time. Affirm it one more time. Visualize it one more time. When you stop visualizing, that means it's not going to happen. You're supposed to visualize. And you're going to get all this crazy mayhem inside of you. I know, I've gone through it. And what I suggest is for you to be like, I'm feeling super contracted, and my doubt in myself and my abilities and divinity is so freaking low. This is where, so manifestation equals faith, right? This is where you can monitor where your faith is, right? So stop taking manifestation as, well, I haven't gotten the job, or I haven't gotten that guy, or I haven't, it's fine. Can you come to a place, like I had to talk to myself into this. Can we come to a space where we can put all these books away and we can just say, okay, can I trust that my life, the way it looks like right now, is the best form it can be in at this moment? And can I trust that whatever I dream of or desire will be fulfilled in a way that will make me exceptionally happy, in a way that will surprise me, in a way that will make me really joyous? Can I trust that? Okay. You're going to notice there's like a part of you that is so scared to trust, and there's a part to trust. And the so scared to trust feels really icky in the body. The part that's scared to trust is really, really very icky in the body. It doesn't feel good. And it makes you worry and stress and panic and have anxiety, and your nervous system is wrecked to hell, right? But then there's a part of you that feels, if I could just trust and have faith, all of a sudden your system relaxes. Like it happens for me is like the minute I say, you know what, God is taking care of it for me, everything in my body just relaxes. Like somebody has my back. And the thing that has my back is source, the creator of all, divinity, right? They've got my back. He's got my back. She's got my back. It's got my back. They have my back. They just have my back. So in manifestation, instead of driving yourself absolutely insane, being like looking, manifestation equals faith and trust in self and divinity. That's where the work comes in. That's the main thing to work on internally. Not that you're waiting for the manifestation. If your manifestation doesn't show up, it does not mean that you don't have enough faith or trust. It just simply means Things are brewing up to come your way, right? And all you need to do is see how long can you maintain trusting. I hope this is making sense. It's helped me a lot in calming down and cooling off, because manifestation really works with your limiting beliefs. And I'm going to talk about this next episode, how manifestation and limiting beliefs are actually one and the same game. So how projecting a reality that you want to be in is the same as destroying or releasing or seeing the limiting beliefs within and adding a different belief system in you. We'll talk about that. If you're interested, let me know. Would you like to hear more about that? Because I'm really gonna say it as it is, because it's exhausting. You're all probably so exhausted from this healing journey, the spiritual journey, and it's just so mucky. It's so mucky, and like it's. I believe it's a lot easier than our brain makes it out. So our minds are the ones that are in control. So if you keep feeding it information all the time, it's going to just drive you insane, because it's going to be like, no, you didn't do it right. You didn't do it right. Do. You got to do it right. You don't want that. That's just stupid stuff. Anyway, please don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. If you share your comments, and press like if you're enjoying this. Tell me what topics you actually enjoy, because I am a little confused about it. I'm just sharing whatever I need to share to be of help through my experience. What else? Yes, I have a beautiful other YouTube channel with a fabulous friend. Her name is Mel, and it's called Expand with Mel and Rain. I do encourage you to go take a look. All right, dear souls, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.